I'm Sarah from the Whiskey Rebellions. Today I want to talk about musical creativity. But first, a little history about myself and the band. And yes, as you probably already figured out, you're looking at my avatar. Turns out getting older has its perks when AI can smooth out the wrinkles. Anyway, let's take it from the beginning. When I started in the studio business over 30 years ago, everything was analogue. We worked with reel-to-reel tape machines and quarter-inch tape. We'd literally mark the tape with a pen, slice it with a razor blade, and stick it back together again. It was a real hands-on craft. You learned it from the ground up. Then, in the early 90s, everything changed. DigiDesign released Pro Tools. Suddenly we went from razor blades and tape to a computer and a mouse. And trust me, computers were not part of everyday life back then. This shift split the industry in two. Those who saw exciting new possibilities and those who said it was no longer a real profession. Many experienced engineers, including people at national radio stations, actually quit rather than learn the new technology. And honestly, that's a pretty natural human reaction, isn't it? When everything you've believed in and trained for suddenly gets turned upside down overnight, fear kicks in. And with it, all the defence mechanisms we humans have always had. That's simply how our brains are wired. Now, almost 40 years later, we're standing at an even bigger turning point. AI. We can scream, protest and call for bans. Or we can ask a better question. Could AI actually become a creative tool? Could it help us express and strengthen the ideas we already have? Could it make music creation available to more people? My roots are in the late 70s punk scene. What a time that was. Nobody could really play, but everybody could play. You didn't need rich parents, music school or expensive equipment. If you had something to say, you said it. Through music. Oh, glorious noise, depending on who you ask. Punk was about expression, about participation, about the joy of creating. And over time, many of us actually became decent musicians too. In many ways, AI gives people that same opportunity today that punk gave us back in 1977. If you have lyrics you want to communicate, a melody you want to improve or an idea you want to develop, you now have a powerful assistant. But you're still the brain. You're still the musical engine. AI is simply helping you realise your vision faster and cheaper. Of course, there are lines we shouldn't cross. AI shouldn't directly copy someone else's work or clone an artist's voice. That's not even up for debate. But honestly, I get tired of all the loud calls for bans, especially when they mostly come from people with massive platforms and loyal fan bases already behind them. Compare that to an accountant who spent years mastering complex financial systems. When AI learned to do that job faster, they didn't get to rally millions of fans online. They just lost their job. We musicians still have something AI doesn't. The ability to create something truly new, something that hasn't existed before. So my advice is simple. Use your energy to make better music than AI can. Focus on the music, not the criticism. Because at the end of the day, it's not you, me, the lawyers or Spotify who decide what's good. It's the listeners. If it's good, people listen. If it's bad, they don't. Simple as that. Now, about the band. The Whiskey Rebellions are basically three old punk rockers who found an incredibly creative new beginnings through AI. Our fingers might not be as fast as they used to be, and we're definitely not as beautiful as we once were. Thank goodness for AI avatars. But the ideas, the passion, and the joy of creating, those never left. And honestly, it feels amazing to be making music again. So, here's my final thought on age. You become old the day you stop being curious, the day you think you already have all the answers. That's why some people die at 35, but don't get buried until they're 90. So thank you for listening to my thoughts. And now I hope you'll also take some time to listen to our music. I'll see you around.